You want to fight, bro?
Yeah, the Fight Bros podcast. Ready?
Three.
3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 11th episode within the Fight Bros podcast. As promised, we got a guest for you today. As always, I am Marcus Burks, and this is Albert Walters.
Hey, guys. Excited to be here as always. We have Jake the Snake, Jacob Lilly here.
Yep.
You excited to be here, Jacob?
I'm excited. I've watched you guys since the first one. So I've been supporting you guys, local guys.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man. We're excited to have Jacob on. Jacob's been a good buddy of ours since elementary school, pretty much. Yeah, elementary school through high school. So
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah, and so you're a big fan of the UFC, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you watch any other fight promotions?
Watch a little wrestling, boxing sometimes, big names.
yeah.
Wrestling, like college wrestling, or
Like WWE wrestling.
okay. Yeah, the real wrestling.
Yeah, the real one.
Oh, nice. So tell the fans a little bit about yourself.
Name's Jacob Lilly. Grew up here with these guys, played sports together. Joined the Army right after high school, National Guard. I've been doing that since, so that's 4 years now. Work over here at the plant. Got 2 beautiful daughters, beautiful wife at home. She probably won't watch this, but I'm glad she let me come do this. I had to ask permission. So.
None of our girls watch this either.
Yeah. My girlfriend watches it for the first 10 seconds to give us a view.
Yeah.
That's good. At least she supports you with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on like episode 9, she said y'all always have the same entrance. So we just switched it up that day.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's funny. So how old are your kids?
See, my oldest one is 3, and I just had one in May. She's already 4 months. So
Gosh, man.
yeah, they're young. Started young, but I wouldn't trade for a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, kids are beautiful.
And that's
fun to
awesome.
have.
That's awesome that you're in the military, man, because that's what you wanted to do from when we was little, when we was in Cub Scouts. You know, I feel like it was in the makings right there. So that's awesome.
So explain what that's like being in the National Guard for people.
It's actually a pretty good gig. I get to go serve my country once a month, 2 weeks in the summertime. Get to do some fun stuff, shoot some stuff, blow stuff up, ride around in trucks. I mean, it's great. It's what I wanted to do as a kid. I like to do it full time. That just didn't go my way. But I'm doing what I can now.
That's
It's
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, as long as you're happy, that's what life's all about.
Yeah.
So too many people are just kind of wasting their life away. So just be happy.
Yep.
So I mean, we all got to work. So that sucks.
That's right. Yeah. Got bills to pay.
Find a job you like. Nice. Well, is there anything else you want to say to anybody out there?
That's it. I'm excited to get into this. We got good topics on here.
Nice. So did you watch USPN? I mean UFC on ESPN6.
Yeah, I got to watch the first couple fights. So my daughter took the TV over.
Your dog?
My daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like,
My
man.
daughter took the TV over, and we had to switch some things up. But I got to watch the highlights of it right after that. But
Nice.
that was fun.
Nice. Well, yeah, it was a great night. So let's get into it, Marcus.
Well, first I wanted to start out with this. So this is something we always like to ask our guests.
Okay,
how did
okay,
you
so-
get into watching UFC or MMA? You know, it can be anything. Like whether you was watching randomly one day, seen a fight on ESPN and that got you into it, or maybe something else did.
Maybe it started at WWE and you just built
Right.
up.
The first one I remember is the Chuck and Tito.
Oh,
That's when I started watching a little bit, and my parents were too cheap to buy them. So like I would watch what I can when they replayed them.
Yeah.
And then what sparked it again was when I was in AIT. A bunch of the guys had ordered the fight, and it was the McGregor-Diaz fight.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, that was it. And we were split on Diaz and McGregor, and I took McGregor, and I lost that bet that night.
Is that your boy? Is that your favorite fighter?
He was one of my favorites.
Okay.
I just liked how he talked, and the dude would just trash everybody, and
Yeah.
he'd back it up until that first Diaz fight. But
Who's your favorite?
Chuck Liddell would probably be my favorite all time. But I
Okay.
like guys like Cody Garbrandt. I liked him. Those T.J. Dillashaw fights were good.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Anything else?
Yep, they were good. So we'll get right into it. UFC on ESPN6. That was a pretty good card for not being a pay-per-view, I thought, in Boston. So we got hometown hero Joe Lorenzen. He came in with a big TKO victory in front of his home crowd.
What was that,
he was
like
from-
20-something, 30-something seconds?
Yeah, it didn't last too long.
No.
So that was a good one because I
That guy's a
remember.
beast.
Yeah, you like him?
I haven't watched a lot of his fights, but I know from that one that he looked like the real deal.
Yeah.
I know he's a legend to UFC. He's had a lot of fights within the sport. He's one of the guys that made the sport get big.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's just got a crazy look in his eye. I mean, he looks like he's on crack. And his eyes are just so deep. And he looks like he's ready to kill you. So, not somebody I'd want to fight.
It's that pre-fight mentality. I've seen a lot of that. Dominic Reyes had that same look.
Oh yeah,
He was about to
Dominic
go kill
Reyes is
somebody.
scary
I was like,
dude.
oh man, I wouldn't want to be across from him.
The interesting thing about Joe Lorenzen is that I was listening to Dana White's post-fight press conference, and he said that he was not really mad, but he said within their contract, him and Joe agreed that Joe would retire, win, lose, or draw after this fight, and Dana was kind of, I don't know, I guess kind of antsy that he didn't do it.
Why does he want him to retire?
He just said he wanted him to go out on top. He just said he's been in it for a while.
Yeah.
Like I said, he had that 18-month layoff. I can't remember if his last fight, but I watched him get knocked out by Clay Guida in Norfolk.
Oof.
I was there for that one, and that was a tough one to watch with him.
Yeah. And it's been 18 months since then?
Yeah, I think so.
Gosh.
I don't think he said that with the win, lose, or draw. Like, even if he lost, he wanted to come back for one more fight to redeem himself. And yeah, he just wanted him to go out on top. And that was a pretty good way to go out. I mean,
Yeah. Did he announce that he was going out?
He said this could be his last fight. He might come back. He said right now he's content where he is, but he just said he pretty much said he's not gonna officially retire.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I feel like a lot of fighters don't officially retire. Like if there's always something intriguing that'll bring them back, then it'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing that with DC right now. You know, he acted like he was going to retire, but you and I called it. We said, there's no way. He's going to finish out this trilogy with Miocic.
Well, see, he can end up doing what Lorenzen had the chance to do. I think DC, he's going to be put in a position where he can go out on top. He can go out heavyweight champion, retire, and just, you know what I'm saying, go out with the belt. Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think this next fight with Miocic is going to be it for him.
Yeah.
I don't see
definitely.
DC going on anymore. So, but you know, Lorenzen, great fight. Or Lauzen? Is it, how do you say that?
it's Lorenzen.
Lousing, yeah.
Lauzen?
Joe Lorenzen, yeah.
That was a great fight. So moving on, what else happened on ESPN 6?
Very controversial fighter Greg Hardy had another controversial victory that ended up getting turned into a no contest.
Did you hear about that, Jacob?
Yeah, I watched that. Despite his past, I mean, people make mistakes. I think he's a good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a lot of miscommunication on UFC part.
About the controversial inhaler.
Yeah. Because he asked the staff if he could use it. They gave him the go ahead, and he used it.
I actually took his side on this one too. Me and Albert was actually watching this fight together, and I was telling him, like you just said, not basing it off his past, just the fighter Greg Hardy. I think it's pretty amazing that he's come in. I mean, how long has he been training mixed martial arts? 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So it shows you how true of an athlete he is to come in the UFC. And I mean, I don't think he's faced anybody in the top 15, but I mean, dude, he's been making some wreckage since he has came in, and that's just a tough situation because he's pretty much a rookie to this sport, and they said that it was that the inhaler was approved by USADA for him to use during training and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Dana White, with his post-fight interview, said the only thing that you can have octagon side is a bottle of water. Some states allow you to drink Gatorade, some don't. He was like, Dana White was mad. He actually called out Greg Hardy's corner. Do you remember who it was, Jacob? One of the notable guys that was in the corner.
What was it? I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either, but he trains a lot of fighters. He said Dana White said that he should have knew better.
Yeah.
It's like Dean something.
Dean Thomas.
Yeah, Dean Thomas, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he trains Tyron Woodley. He's Tyron Woodley's, Colby Covington, all of them people.
Did they ever figure?
all the experience that guy has, he should have known.
Yeah. Did they ever figure out who approved the inhaler?
It was an inspector. It wasn't even a commissioner. I don't know what the inspecting person does or anything, but they said Dana said it was an inspector, not a commissioner.
Jeez. Yeah, and, it seems like with Hardy, we've had a lot of controversial fights with him. I mean, he's just a controversial topic in general. But with his last few fights, there's been these controversial things that have happened. This time it was the inhaler. Last time it was...
kicked an opponent.
Kicked an opponent. Yeah. Then I think another time it was a split decision, and people didn't agree with it. But I can't remember, but we've had a few controversial things with him. And so I think if we just had 3 or 4 fights with him that were just straight fights, people probably wouldn't hate his name as much. He's always going to have haters, but I think if he just had some straight fights without controversial wins, he'd probably have more fans in the UFC.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too. I just thought of this. Do y'all know that ref? He's one of the main refs. I think his name is Dan Maglinardo or something. Yeah. So he was reffing one of Greg Hardy's past fights, and Greg Hardy started dancing after he won and stuff. And then that Dan guy was like, during the fight.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. So he was like, he just put it out there. He don't like Greg Hardy.
I don't think a lot of people do though, because who was it? Lewis that called him out. Said when you get more fights, get up here and I'll kick your butt.
That'd be a good fight too.
Yeah,
it would.
Yeah, I think so too. Him and Ngannou, him and Lewis.
This fight showed us some of where Greg Hardy, he's got a while to go.
Yeah.
He was facing a guy that wasn't gonna break. Forgot the guy's name. I didn't write it on here, but
that was his first 3-round fight too.
Yeah. None of his other fights have gotten out of the first round.
Yeah. So I mean, the guy he fought was a great fighter. That's who I was rooting for that night.
He said that was the hardest punch he's ever felt so far.
Dang.
That's what Hardy said. That dude was the hardest hitter he's faced.
That was the hardest guy who's ever hit him.
Wow.
It's gonna get harder. Stipe Miocic, Ngannou,
Lewis. He's got some big names to face.
Got some opponents.
Yeah. So I really want to see him and Ngannou. I think that would be my favorite powerhouse match. But
so I think I don't know. I would have said if he just would have won cleanly and not this controversy that he should get a top 15, but I don't know. I still think they should feed him a top 15, but I don't know. I mean, maybe like the 15th person.
Yeah, I think if he has 4 or 5 more fights, maybe he could get a better name. But that's 4 or 5 straight wins.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got a while to make it up there, unless just something weird happens.
So let's get to the co-main event, the Fight of the Year candidate 2. I don't think it's going to get Fight of the Year, but it's definitely a candidate. Yair Rodriguez defeated Jeremy Stephens by unanimous decision.
What's your thoughts on this?
That was a good one.
That was a good fight. And like Dana said, it should have been the main event.
Should have been 5 rounds.
Yeah.
That's what Dana said, yeah.
Yeah, and that's even what Stephens said. Jeremy Stephens said if it's 3 rounds, Rodriguez will win, but if it's 5 rounds, I'll win. And you could definitely see that is in the 3rd round, Rodriguez was gassed. So I wish it was 5 rounds. That really should have been the main event.
The build-up was great, especially since the Mexico stuff.
Yeah, that was controversial. Who were you rooting for?
I was kind of undecided. I think I was more leaning to Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he won for you.
He can just do so much stuff. He's so versatile.
Yeah. And you never know what he'll throw.
Oh,
I mean, he between his wide array of kicks and throws, he's
not the greatest wrestler. I should take
no.
that
he's definitely not a great wrestler.
I'm just talking about striking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Between his kicks and throws, you just never know what'll come from him.
Because I remember they said with his fight with Frankie Edgar, he lost that one. He just got out wrestled the whole fight, and then as we could see in that round 3. It would have been 5 rounds. Jeremy Stephens, he was wrestling that whole. I believe he kept him on the mat that whole 3rd round.
Yeah. So I mean that was also a great fight, and they buried the hatchet when it was over. So that was nice to see. So they hugged and shook hands. So that anger towards each other seems like it's over.
Yeah.
So, but it was a great fight.
It was.
I ain't really got nothing else about that.
Nothing else about that one? Oh, right. Yeah, that one's pretty cut and dry.
But the main event, Chris Weidman's big light heavyweight debut. He gets knocked out by Dominic Reyes.
That was short.
That was short.
Was that a minute 30 or a minute 43?
Yeah, first round knockout.
That was tough.
Oh, Weidman. Then people are making fun of him for his weak chin.
Yeah.
I think he just needs to go back down. I
Yeah.
don't think light heavyweight's for him.
I don't know if the UFC's for him.
Well, he let's see. He beat Kevin Gastelum.
He's had a lot of great
So he
fights,
beat-
but he's fallen off the cliff now.
I think it was last year he beat Kevin, or maybe the year before he beat Kevin Gastelum, then got knocked out by Jacare. So then he was like, I'm going to decide to go up to light heavyweight, and then he gets knocked out. I don't think he's done. I agree with Jacob. I think he should go back down.
Yeah, that was a rude awakening.
You remember what I was
Dude.
telling you earlier? I've seen this, all kinds of people. They're making memes about Luke Rockhold and Chris Weidman saying they should fight for the weakest chin belt on the UFC 244.
And he was calling out John Jones, too. That's the whole reason he moved up.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I didn't understand Rockhold calling him out because it's like you're just getting into it. So if you're coming into a division, most people, if you're coming into a division and you're a big name, you're still 2 fights away or something. Right. Yeah. But how do y'all feel about Dominic Reyes calling out John Jones? Do y'all believe this is what should be next for John Jones?
I think it's next because he's ranked, what, 4?
Yeah.
And the 2 other guys or 3 other guys, they got beat by John Jones already, so I think he's the next one up.
I don't think that's a bad thought. You know, if he's not faced Jones yet, then the other people who have, that's not a bad argument.
I think that'd be a good fight, too.
Yeah, I think it would because Reyes is tough, man. He's big. That's a big dude.
Like I said, the look in his eyes, he has
Yeah.
that killer instinct. He's going to go after some heads.
My take on it is I think we won't really find out what's next for John Jones until after UFC 244. We got Corey Anderson versus Johnny Walker. I think if Corey Anderson wins, if he got the title shot over Dominic Reyes, I wouldn't be mad because Corey Anderson, as of late, has been doing really good. I think he could give John Jones some competition. If Johnny Walker wins, then maybe we could see Johnny Walker versus Dominic Reyes, maybe, or Dominic Reyes could get the title shot. So it'll be cool to see how that'll play out after UFC 244.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Reyes might get the winner of the 244 match, and then whoever wins that might get Jones.
But I think it's just tough to beat Jones. I think he's 1 or 2 more fights and he's cleared out that weight class.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Jones anyways.
Not a fan?
I'm not a fan of
Yes.
Jones. Not a fan.
Yes.
Why do you not like him?
I think it was more like the stuff he was using, the drugs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And,
another controversial fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anything was done with it either. Like, they just brushed it off, and I don't like it.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about drugs in the UFC and what they should do. And what's your thoughts on this? Is if they made a rule where if they caught you doing drugs and it was legitimate, not like with Romero, where he proved that it was a tainted supplement, but if it was straight up you were taking some kind of sports enhancement, you were just kicked out completely. Because then my thought is that nobody else would be doing drugs. They'd be like, wow, if I'm caught, it's not a year or 2 suspension. It's I'm done. This is my life and it's over. What's your thoughts on that?
All right, I can agree with that. I think if you want to use it, but don't use it within, 4 or 5 months out from a fight or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like while you're training or something.
Yeah.
But people have argued that it's like lifelong effects, that it's a lifelong benefit.
Well, no, I was listening to one of Joe Rogan's podcasts, and he was talking about it. And it was, what's the difference between using this to get an advantage and people going to the gym and working out there and getting that advantage? If they want to make a rule like that, then no training at all, just get in the ring and just fight.
That's our, what's that called? Backyard brawlers over here? Or hillbilly fights?
I don't remember. It's in Bluefield.
Yeah,
They have it
yeah.
in Bluefield.
Oh, God, what's it called? You know what we're talking? Rough and Rowdy.
Rough and Rowdy.
Rough and
Yeah,
Rowdy.
yeah. Man, I like those fights too. And then like the call outs on Instagram.
Yeah.
That people be doing.
And then they're doing sit ups like, oh, I'm training. Then you sit up, take a drink of beer.
Yeah, I seen one of those promos and that was so funny, man. The dude was like, he's like, I'm working on my 6-pack. So he started doing sit-ups, and then his wife sat there and gave him 6 donuts while he was getting.
God, they're the funniest call-outs. When is the next Rough and Rowdy?
Oh, I don't know. They've been having call outs now. I've been seeing them. I think I don't know if it's somewhere up north too.
Is it? You think this is a wide thing? I don't know nothing about it.
Somebody from Pulaski supposedly won. Ain't that
he won his weight class. Michael Sparta?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won his weight class.
Yeah, he fought in those.
Yeah, but he didn't. I think after that, they make you fight like all the weight classes, and I don't think he won that.
Yeah. I worked with the guy. He won them down there, but that was before it got taken over by Barstool. It got real popular.
I know now they don't wear headgear. I seen that.
I think it depends on the fight, though.
Okay.
Some of those guys be wearing it. I think they have to agree on it mutually.
Okay.
A lot of people. I haven't seen a lot of them.
That's not bad. Do they wear gloves, or are they just like raw handed?
Yeah, they wear boxing gloves. I don't know like the weight of them though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Can they throw kicks?
No. They have one
so
guy,
it's just boxing.
Yeah, it's just boxing. It's haymakers and haymakers. But one guy, he picked some guy up and threw him down. He took him down.
Are you? I didn't know if you're allowed. Oh, dude.
I think it was like the 2 Rough and Rowdies ago.
Dude, that would be fun to fight in. I think so.
It is. There's some killers in there too.
Yeah,
There's some guys like There's some guys. They're just huge.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. See, I think it would be fun to fight in your weight class, but it's like if you won that like Michael did, then they make you fight like all the weight classes.
He still had to win money though for his.
Yeah, dude, he got like $1,000 or $5,000 or so. He got a nice little purse from winning his weight class, but I think the total win purse is like $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's actually how it works, but that's how he explained it to me or something like that. It was like he won his weight class, then he had to fight like the next weight class winner or something like that. It's like once you win your weight class, it's like a bracket at that point.
Yeah.
I believe. Now that might be wrong, but I don't know. See, I would not want to fight somebody who's like 280.
Yeah,
I think it's on my bucket list to do Rough and Rowdy.
It would be fun.
What's the Titans of the Cage?
That's on my bucket list. And like you, I was about to bring this up. So Jacob messaged me a while back because I was on here talking about need somewhere to train. And what you said, what was it called?
Piles Combat.
Piles Combat, and it's
Piles or Plies?
Piles.
It's not Plies, not
like
Plies
piles of like stuff, right? Piles of like
the dude who runs the gym down there in Pulaski. It's right behind the Sandy Moe barbershop now. He does a little jiu-jitsu there.
Where the
near the Cowboy Church and stuff.
Yeah, it's right behind there.
Right behind there?
Yeah, you got that. I think they make glass or something there in that little place, and then they got the little Mexican garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right next to that.
And have you went there before and tried it out?
I went there for like 4 months.
Because I remember when we were young, you did do something like that.
Yeah, I did that for 4 months, and I wanted to do like Titans of the Cage and train up for that, and then just life came in.
Yeah,
I didn't do it anymore. But.
Oh, so they do like what kind of martial arts do they train?
He does. He has like a mix of jiu-jitsu and some other things, and then like his own stuff. The dude's a black belt, and
does he do striking and stuff too?
Yeah, he teaches you a lot of stuff, a lot of grapples. So it's more jiu-jitsu based, but it's pretty good. There's different levels. There's kids who do it.
Do they do it on? Does he do it on weekends or anything, or is it just?
I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's it.
Yeah.
How much is it a month? Do you?
I can't remember. I think it was like $40 a month. So it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's cheaper than your
No,
gym.
I'm looking. When he told me about it, I looked into it, and I think I seen right now it's not working with what I work.
Oh.
But I want to definitely, when I get something that's day shift, more days, instead of afternoons, I definitely want to try to get into something like that.
That'd be fun.
Just to do a one-off at Titans of the Cage. That's what I want.
I would have to feel comfortable about it. Like I would probably train for maybe 2 years or so.
You think so? Dude, for me, it's like...
No, I mean, it depends on the opponent they gave me. Them dudes are tough, man. We went and watched that one at Pulaski, and I think we was watching 155, and I was sitting there like... I keep saying that I would cut to 155.
You'd cut to 155? God.
Well, it's not as bad as you think if you do it like the fighters do. Like,
but see, you're walking around at like
losing that water,
right?
175 right now. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's not bad.
Obviously, I would train to get down to like 165 and then do a cut or something.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't think I could do 155. I think maybe like 170.
Well, them dudes was legit. Some of them, that's what I'm saying. We sat there and watched that. We was like, dag, we'd have to fight in that weight class.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, I'd hate to see the heavyweights in that.
Well, we saw some of them, and it's just a big difference in abilities. Like we was watching that one Pulaski, and it was the main event, and the guy that was the champion, the guy he was facing, I mean, he just shouldn't have been in there with him. And he tapped. The dude tapped because he got hit like 6 times, and he just like got on the floor on his knees and tapped to strikes.
But see, I think Robbie fights on 155.
Yeah, he fights like 155 or 145.
They'd get him to kick your ass.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't fight
You wouldn't fight Kim Rings.
I would want to fight somebody that was just starting out.
Yeah, you'd have to get somebody the same skill level.
Yeah.
I don't think they would put you up. If it was your first fight, they wouldn't put you up against somebody who's 5-0.
Okay, here's my question.
I would do it earlier if, like, let's say that they did like boxing exhibitions with headgear. And not the kickboxing, because I would still have to. I feel like I would still have to get a little bit experience in to be able to do something like that. But
would you fight a friend?
No,
you wouldn't fight a friend.
You and Joseph have they've always been like, let's spar by Higgins.
No, like not sparring, like TOC. Would you like TOC a friend?
No.
Why? Why would you not like TOC one of your friends?
I'd be more comfortable TOC, like being in there with somebody
you knew. Yeah, because you
I'd
could
be more comfortable with that.
Yeah, like I get the argument because you could just shake hands after and be like, okay, you're friends before, you're friends after.
Nah.
Yeah.
But like you've got to be like a real man just to like own up to that. Oh yeah, he kicked my ass.
And then you know their skill level too. So you know if you're going in with somebody who's hard or not.
Yeah, I know. Like I think I would rather fight a friend, even if I knew he was a better fighter. I knew how he fought.
Yeah.
Rather than it just being some random name on a sheet of paper, I'd be like, man, this dude might come out here like Kimbo Slice, or he might treat me like Masvidal. like you do not know who you're fighting on this level. So because at UFC, you know who you're fighting.
Yeah,
you're not fighting anybody who's not on YouTube or who's not been at a pay-per-view or a fight night. So I'd be nervous fighting someone who's not a friend.
Right, yeah. I would too.
But since y'all brought up Masvidal, Jacob, I want to get your thoughts on this UFC 244 BMF title, Diaz versus Masvidal. What do you think about this?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think he should be in it.
Who?
Masvidal. I don't think he should be in it.
Well, okay, why do you think he shouldn't be in it?
I think he got lucky with Askren.
Ooh.
You know, I don't think you're right. I mean, I don't think you're wrong. Like I've thought about that too. I am a Masvidal fan, but I'm honestly kind of a bandwagon. Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie. Yeah, like I am a bandwagon because he had a heck of a fight. Marcus likes Diaz, so I always like going against the other guy who Marcus likes. So
yeah.
So I'm definitely a Masvidal fan, but I don't think you're wrong. Like if he didn't land that flying knee, he still wouldn't be as big of a name as he is now.
I didn't hear of him until then.
Exactly.
Didn't know who he was. Now I looked up his fights, and he only had he won 9 out of 5 or 9 out of 4.
Yeah.
That was his record.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I think he had one good fight.
A lot of people try to say that about Diaz too, because he's like 22-11. I don't think that's a bad record though. I think.
I don't know.
Dude, that's not a good record.
But if you look at the people, so let's talk about losses for Diaz. Rory McDonald,
McGregor,
the Bellator, McGregor, arguably McGregor.
It's still a loss.
Benson Henderson, the UFC lightweight champion at the time. Who else? I mean, those are some tough names.
I mean, 22 wins is a lot, but when you're looking at a 50% loss to what you've won, that's not a great record.
I was thinking Diaz was one to fight him for that, just an easy fight until somebody bigger came.
Well, see, what's your take on this? Because my take on this is obviously Masvidal's at the top of the chain now. Usman and Covington are fighting each other. So it's got to either be the winner of Diaz Masvidal that gets a title shot, or Leon Edwards, or Tyron Woodley. It's got to be one of those four. But if we're doing it how the UFC always does it, what's popular right now, whose name's in it? I like Tyron Woodley. I think he's one fight away, or maybe get a rematch. But Diaz Masvidal's number 4 right now. So,
and I think this belt's just kind of useless. Because Dana said,
the BMF, yeah, it's
the
useless.
one thing done. It's not going to be defended or anything.
So, are you a fan that they're bringing the BMF belt, or do you just think it's kind of dumb?
I mean, it's cool.
We're WWE, man. What do you think his response was going to be?
Well, he goes, it's kind of cool.
It's all right, but I mean, I don't think you got one bad dude. I don't think you got another bad dude in there.
Oh, you don't think Masvidal's bad?
I don't think he's that bad.
Ooh. So what happens if Masvidal beats Diaz? Are you gonna think he's bad?
I think I'll turn. Yeah.
You think
I'll change my mind. If he beats
That's
Diaz,
fair.
I'll change my mind.
Okay. I like that.
I want to see Diaz and Woodley fight.
I wouldn't mind seeing that either. And I mean, this fight is Diaz and Masvidal. Whoever wins this, they're at the top of the division. Regardless of if they get a title shot or not, they're at the top of the division.
That's where I'm at. I want one of these guys to face Woodley.
And I was thinking about this fight today, dude. And I think Masvidal's gonna have a hard time, man.
What, Diaz?
So, let's say, I just don't think Masvidal's ever been in there with like a striker like Nate Diaz. And I was thinking about it today.
He's a great striker.
I just don't think anybody's put the pace on him like Diaz has. If you think about it, like Diaz does to people, Masvidal, so he knocked out Cowboy, right? Diaz didn't knock out Cowboy, but he just outclassed him for 5 rounds. Masvidal knocked out Darren Till. Darren Till proved that he was not ready for a title shot when he just got completely dominated by Tyron Woodley. So, I mean, Masvidal, and then Askren that just came into the UFC. Who knows if Askren?
But people have called him like the best in the world.
Oh, I know.
Class. And I mean that's what gave Masvidal the name he has now. Is you knocked him out in 5 seconds, arguably 2 seconds, with a 3-second reaction from the ref.
But I am a Diaz fan, so I mean there's a little bit of favoritism in.
Well, of course. But I mean, I don't think it's the worst matchup. You know, I mean, we have 2 street fighters, so I get the whole like BMF belt. I get the point of it. It's just like a moneymaker though for them. It's like, hey, let's spend like $500 or $1,000 making a belt, then like $1 million hyping it up.
I got kind of upset. Askren was wanting to throw it back with him.
I don't think
Masvidal said, "Get your wins up."
See,
I don't think that's wrong though. Like lost on the he's got the bad end of the stick on what's arguably the worst loss in UFC history. You can't start calling him out again.
I believe that fight's going a different way.
If they fought again?
Yeah, because Masvidal, he lost, didn't he lose a decision to Wonderboy?
I don't know, man.
What to do with Wonderboy.
Nobody knew Masvidal before.
Yeah, when
so
he fought Wonderboy, he didn't know what to do. Wonderboy, he couldn't strike Wonderboy. You know, Wonderboy's got that karate style. He couldn't strike with him. He just lost the decision. So I think if Masvidal can't knock you out or you don't stand there and bang with him, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be with that elite level.
What, of wrestling?
Well, I feel like it's a different way if he didn't knock out Ben Askren. I feel like Askren just would have had him on the ground. He would have struggled a little bit. That's
how he is, though. Askren's like one of those little octopuses that rest at the bottom of the ocean. They blend in, they're camouflaged, but when they get you, like it's hard to get out of that.
And that's what I'm saying with when Askren fighting Damian Maia this weekend. I think it's the perfect opportunity for him. Let's say he submits or TKOs Damian Maia. Obviously, he would TKO with ground and pound. Obviously, it's just going to be a grappling match. Let's say Ben Askren wins. He calls out. I think he should call out Masvidal again. And then the UFC not acknowledge it or anything. But if Masvidal loses UFC 244, I think that's the fight that has to happen.
I don't think that's unfair, but that's if he loses.
Yeah. Masvidal has to lose for it to happen.
Yeah, that's if Masvidal loses. But even then, I think Askren should get another win. I think he should get another win with someone who's not just a grappler. But that's if Askren wins. Maia might come out and, throw him around like a rag doll. And that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm not an Askren fan.
Can't forget
Marcus
how tough Diaz is.
Huh?
Diaz has got a tough face. I don't think he's going to knock out Diaz.
I don't think he'll knock out Diaz. I think it's going to go to decision.
Yeah, Diaz has only been TKO'd one time. I can't remember the guy's name, but he hit him with a head kick. And
but
Diaz still tried to fight it, though.
Yeah, but see, I'm saying even if Masvidal loses, I think Askren's got to get another win. If he beats Maia, he's going to have to get another win after that to face Masvidal again.
Who do you think he should fight?
I don't know.
That's a question I'd ask too.
He's not going to fight Tyron Woodley, so
I don't think he deserves somebody that high up. Like, I think he deserves someone lower, like, who's like, ranked number 10.
So that brings us into another good point. So Tyron Woodley, what's going on with Woodley? He doesn't have a fight. He's the number one contender according to the UFC's website. And just recently, Tyron Woodley called out Canelo Alvarez, arguably one of the GOATs of boxing. His only loss is to Floyd Mayweather,
which was split decision.
So I think Canelo's record was
something and one.
It was 55-1.
Was it 55? I thought it was like 39. It's a crap ton and one. Yeah. It's a lot of wins.
So
with one
Tyron
loss.
Woodley called out Canelo Alvarez to have a crossover boxing match. Canelo responded and said he doesn't think Tyron Woodley would be able to fare well with him, but he said he would be interested in doing it because it's a good business move.
I think it'd be a good expedition match.
Yeah,
I would like it.
I don't think Woodley could stand with him though.
Well, he's also the second highest contract of a sports player in the world. He's got the second most. What is it? $300-something million.
Yeah, he signed like
for only 5 years. He's making $70 million a year.
Canelo.
Yeah. So it's like I don't get why more people in the UFC aren't going over to boxing, because in the UFC, they don't do contracts. It's if you win and you're at the top, you might make like $5 million. But these people are getting $70 million whether they fight or not. It's a contract. $50 million. I mean, $350 million for 5 years. You just fight, and even if you lose, you've still got $350 million.
I'd be happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, like so. I don't get why more people aren't going over to the boxing world.
I think it would make boxing boost popularity.
Yeah.
I think if there was more crossovers like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I've always thought, is if we could somehow get UFC and boxing to have a one time a year crossover where we could say who's the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have mixed martial artists, and then in that event we could do it like Ryzen mixed martial arts. We could have a ring, but we would also do mixed martial arts bouts in it.
Well, see, so I think it should be mixed martial arts.
A couple of boxing matches and then a couple of mixed martial arts matches, and just have one boxer versus a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Or we can get different promotions into it too. Yeah. We can do Bellator and all that.
Well, see, my thing is, I just think it should be not boxing. I think it should be mixed martial arts, because if you're a boxer, you could go into the UFC as a boxer. But if you're a mixed martial artist, why would you fight a boxer? Like, why would Askren fight somebody in the boxing world if he couldn't wrestle? So, like, I think if you're gonna say,
it's only gonna be like the elite people, like.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you should say only boxing, like the Mayweather and McGregor. Yeah. I think it should be fight how you fight, and whoever's the best is the best. But dude, that would be cool. That would be the coolest thing.
Or I mean, you could just keep it standing and do like punches, elbows, leg kicks,
but maybe no wrestling, like standing only.
Yeah,
I wouldn't disagree with that. What's your thoughts, Jacob?
I wouldn't be mad with that. I think you take the champions each weight class and put them up. Boxing, UFC.
Yeah, put them up against each other.
Throw Bellator in there too.
Dude, there's some high-level strikers in every weight class that I think would do all right in boxing. Like McGregor showed he can do all right in boxing. I think Cody Garbrandt
there's some people out there who are calling BS on that fight though, acting like it was planned out.
I don't think so.
What's your thoughts, Jacob?
It was Mayweather's company ran it, right?
Yeah, he has his promotion, so they do all his fights. So, like with his upcoming bout against Pacquiao, that's in the works.
And right before the fight, McGregor put $400,000 on Mayweather?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did, and they rejected him. Vegas odds said no. So then McGregor got one of his friends to go, and they told his friend no. They only let his friend do $160,000. I'm not kidding you, man. So I'm calling BS. And then the first thing Mayweather says after the fight is, Oh well, it was technical actually because McGregor has only been trained to fight 5 rounds. So then after 5 rounds, like I started winning, and like it just seemed like something that was planned.
I mean, that's how Floyd fights. Though he plays it defensive for like those first 4 or 5 rounds, and then where he's so conditioned, he just does you in those last 5, 6 rounds.
I think it's controversial.
Yeah,
McGregor.
yeah.
I mean, McGregor hurt him like with that uppercut. McGregor hurt him pretty bad.
Yeah, but
I mean,
everybody wants to punch who's paying them.
But I mean, obviously Floyd has got hit a lot, so his chin's already been tested like a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm questioning the validity of that fight. Like I've questioned it since it happened. Like you're watching the fight and you're thinking, "Wow, these people are fighting like WWE people right now." Like they're acting like they know each person's next move. So
And that build-up was good, though. It was like
Yeah,
a
it
year
was
build-up.
Yeah.
I think
something like that, man. It was insane.
that's why I think it was kind of fixed a little bit
Yeah.
because they got the buys in from day one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But see, we could do something like that and have big headliners like them as the main event and have it a crossover like pay-per-view every year.
dude,
I
it would
think
be
that'd
cool. Like
awesome.
Marvel versus DC every year.
Yeah.
Like, that would be badass to watch that. And so then it's like you're the best of the best.
Yeah.
Whether you're a boxer or MMA,
Mm-hmm.
it's like keep it standing, but kicks, elbows,
Yeah.
whatever. But maybe no wrestling. I think that's totally fair. Because like if you put somebody who wrestled in the Olympics, like Askren up against this guy who might fight Woodley, then it's not fair. Like it's not a fair match. But if you're doing hands versus like hands and elbows, it's not
But
bad.
think about this. So boxing, the heavyweight division in boxing is the best it's ever been right now. So we could have matchups like Anthony Joshua and Ngannou, Tyson Fury and Ngannou. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we could have some good boxing fights. And
Dude.
who's the champ right now in boxing? Andy Ruiz.
Yeah,
I think you're
yeah.
right.
the big boy.
Yeah. So I mean, there would be some good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that would be awesome if they did that.
Who am I'm forgetting about Deontay Wilder.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that once a year, and it was like a big thing. Like who's gonna have the privilege to fight in that? And it was like whoever held a belt for that, for that weight class.
I just want to say that Wilder and Fury fight was probably the best boxing match I ever watched in my life.
Oh yeah, for me too. That got me into actually keeping up with boxing.
Yeah.
Is watching them too. I had seen Tyson Fury's videos from his transformation where he was like 380 pounds or something, and then he got down to his boxing weight. So I had been watching his videos, and then I love that dude, man. I love that dude now. Like I mean, he was unconscious and he just rose back from the dead like the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I just thought that was awesome. Like that just showed how much heart he has for that sport.
Both good talkers.
Oh yeah,
That's probably my favorite thing out of all of it is the trash talk.
dude, his nickname's awesome. Like the Gypsy King.
Gypsy
That's
King,
just
yeah.
awesome.
Well, I mean, speaking of boxing and McGregor, McGregor's obviously again on the controversial news this week. So do you want to go into what he said?
Oh yeah, so you know how UFC posts those like happy birthday to their fighter tweets and stuff. So UFC posted a tweet saying happy birthday to Frankie Edgar. Conor McGregor said, "Happy birthday, Frankie. See you in December." And Dana White shut that down real quick. He was like, first of all, Frankie Edgar he's getting ready to fight for 135. So why would Frankie, if he's trying, Frankie's getting it into his career, he's trying to get another title shot. He's trying to, fight for the title at that 135. Why would he fight somebody 2 weight classes higher than him? And it makes no sense for McGregor too. I think that.
He's just trying to.
I think
put his
that
name
would
out
be
there.
an easy fight for McGregor.
He was working on Twitter then this whole week because I seen yesterday where him and Khabib went at it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Him and Khabib was going at it because Dana White, he was doing an interview. I guess he's doing a lot of interviews now, but he was like, McGregor is not the man of the UFC no more. He's not calling the shots. He was like, Khabib is the man of the UFC.
Ooh.
He was like, Khabib's the A side.
Oof. That's
And
a
that made
bold
Conor
statement.
mad. Conor sent out like a tweet just talking a bunch of stuff, and then Khabib responded. It was funny because Khabib responded and he tagged McGregor in it and he said something in Russian. And then McGregor,
He said rapists aren't allowed in Moscow or something like that is what the translation said.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Why was he
went
calling
back
him a
at it.
rapist?
He got into his
yeah.
second sexual harassment or rape suit
Accusation.
against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
From
Oh,
McGregor.
wow. Well, I mean, I don't disagree with that because McGregor hasn't been fighting anymore. He made a big name, then he just fell
I think
off.
he's gonna come back. I think that's why he does all this Twitter stuff is because
Just to keep his name
he
out
wants
there.
to keep his name in there, and I think it's starting to hurt him that like people are saying, "Oh, Khabib's the best now," and
Yeah.
people just don't think he can hang no more because he lost to Khabib. And when I look back, I went back and watched that fight when UFC posted it, and dude, McGregor didn't do as bad as I thought he did. Watching, like I thought McGregor just got completely dominated watching it, but he actually didn't. He actually almost hit Khabib with a flying knee when Khabib went for a takedown, so it could have turned out like Masvidal Askren. And he did a pretty good job at stopping the takedowns. I think he actually stopped a couple of takedowns.
Yeah.
So
He did a
decent.
good fight.
He did decent. He didn't do as bad as I thought.
Well, then what do you think's next for McGregor? Like, if he's going to come out of his cave and his hibernation, what do you think's
It's got to
next
be
for him?
Justin Gaethje, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's dangerous, but it's got to be Justin Gaethje. If you want to make a statement and prove that you want to fight Khabib again, that you're still the elite people you're one of the elite fighters in the UFC, I think it's got to be Justin Gaethje.
I think he has to humble himself too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, what if Dana White's playing this up? Because Dana White's the card player. He's the one making these calls. What if he made this statement because they're about to fight each other? What if,
I mean that is possible because Khabib's dad has came out and said that he wouldn't mind Khabib's next fight being Conor in Russia.
I don't know if he should fight in Russia.
I think if they do that, like, I understand the business side, but Tony Ferguson, you cannot keep denying that man anymore. He got to have.
I think that's
his title
Khabib's
shot.
next.
It's got to be what's next.
I don't see anything else.
Oh, like Ferguson?
Yeah, it's got to be.
I don't think that's bad. Well, I mean, right now we just have a few people who need to fight each other. We got Ferguson, Gaethje, Khabib, and McGregor.
Yeah.
And
So I think it needs to be Conor, Gaethje, Ferguson, Khabib.
And the winner of those fight each other.
Yeah.
I don't think that's bad. Then what do you think should happen with that after this whole Askren Masvidal Diaz situation?
Well, that's 170.
Yeah, I know, but aren't they? Oh, okay.
No,
so-
McGregor and them's 155.
Yeah,
Now it's a
yeah.
little confusing because McGregor's fought at 170.
Yeah,
Masvidal
yeah.
and Diaz used to fight at 155.
yeah.
But yeah, that's Gaethje and all them's 155, and then Masvidal, Askren, and all them's 170.
Well, is McGregor staying at 155?
Yeah. He's not going
back
He
up to
fought
170?
that one fight or two fights at 170.
He got a belt in 170. Where was the second
His
belt
two
at?
fights in 170 was the first loss against Diaz, and then the second fight against Diaz was 171.
But he's got two belts.
145 and 155.
Oh, okay. Dude, I'm the worst at these weight
No,
classes.
dude, it's a lot to keep up.
Oh, God, man. I'm
That's
losing
why I
it.
follow like these pages called like MMA Junkie on Twitter, and then I follow BJPN.com.
Yep.
It just consistently like rumors, facts that's happened.
Dude, I'm glad you can keep up. I cannot keep up with all of this. Okay. So then that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. That's too much to keep up with.
Keep it on Khabib. You seen the way that guy trains?
Dude, I saw that video.
He's swimming in that river.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a bad guy right there.
So Albert, did you see that video?
Nah,
So
dude,
he
you know I don't do much on this.
So this is how he was training. He was, there was big rapids in a river wherever he was at. He was swimming in the rapid. It wasn't moving him back or anything. He was just sitting there in the rapid swimming.
I think he did that for like 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah. So him and Tony Ferguson, the way they train is just crazy. Like
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson kicks metal poles and it doesn't phase him. Khabib wrestles bears and swims in.
I don't think he wrestled
swims-
bears now. I think that was like he did it when he was like 10.
I don't know. I seen a video on Twitter.
It's like baby bears.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I seen a video
not
on-
like big full grown
Yeah.
bears.
I seen a video on Twitter the other day. It was supposedly the caption said it was a Russian guy, but it was a grown man fighting a grown bear. He was
Oh
sitting
my
there wrestling
god,
with it.
man! That video is bull crap.
Did
you
you
know
see
the video is talking?
I mean,
that dude was doing.
It had to be like a trained bear.
No, he
circus
was
bear.
wrestling it. He never threw him straight.
Dude, are you talking about the one where they're next to the water? Then that bear's doing like
No,
a
no,
kick
no.
in the air.
No, I'm talking about the dude was in the cage.
Oh,
The
okay.
dude- the
You know
dude
the video I'm
went in the
talking
bear
about,
cage.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where there's like a dude like fighting karate against a bear. Oh my god! I thought that's what you were talking about, Marcus. I was like, dude, I know you watch WWE, but you should recognize what's fake.
When you get the time, you need to look up on YouTube kangaroo fights.
Dude,
I
those
saw
are
that.
those
Box
are
kangaroos.
awesome. The kangaroo boxing fights, like I would pay to see that.
I ain't gonna be able to find it.
Are they still doing that? The kangaroo fights?
I've seen a few on YouTube.
I've seen a
I think
few,
it's
but
funny because they put like a boxing glove on the tail too, and the tail's like 8 foot long. It'll
I didn't know
around
they
the
put
guy.
one on the tail.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, then they're in these like air blow up rings. Like, have you noticed how the edge of it's just like a blow up
Yeah.
toy? Yeah. It's not like ropes. I think they do that so the kangaroo doesn't get like caught in the ropes. Or
Y'all seen the video online where the dude dogs the kangaroo has the dude's dog in like a chokehold?
Yeah, and the guy comes over and jabs him a few times. They
Yeah.
square up.
yeah, dude, kangaroos, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
These things are bad.
Yeah.
They're ripped up, man, too.
Oh yeah, some of them. Oh my gosh, man! Like, and they'll kick your ass while having their baby right here.
Yeah.
So, whew, kangaroos, man. Oh gosh.
So let's move on to another topic. Since me and Jacob's big WWE fans, let's get Jacob's thoughts on this WWE and UFC, just pretty much combat sports crossovers that we're about to see on October 31st.
I don't think you should call WWE a combat sport.
No, I'm talking about UFC and boxing. So they're
I thought you were
crossing
about to go
over.
UFC and WWE.
Well, yeah, we're talking UFC and WWE, but boxing too because of Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
So people from combat sports, UFC, just everything
Going
boxing,
into
they're coming over to wrestling, which I seen Tyson Fury's
WWE?
payday for that. Did you see that?
15 million.
He's getting paid $15 million to probably do
One match.
a match against Braun Strowman that could last 5-10 minutes. It might not even last that long. They might have it. I mean, I think, being the WWE fan I am, that they should play out a little bit. Tyson Fury come out there with boxing gloves, maybe have, you want Fury to have like a build up, so you want him to probably get beat up for a while and then have him start jabbing and then coming back and stuff. And then I would think he's going to end up knocking out Braun Strowman. I think that's how Fury's going to win this.
when is that fight?
October 31st.
Yeah, 31st.
Yeah.
Oh, are they doing like a pay per view or is it just a?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's weird with the WWE network because I think where's that Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia. So
So it's
yeah, it'll be
gonna-
like in the morning.
It's gonna be in the morning. But if you have the WWE network, you can just watch it like anytime.
I don't have it.
I don't have it right now, but I'm gonna.
No.
Dude,
I'm
use a new credit card
That's
and
what I'm doing.
be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my month free and then cancel it.
I'm gonna make it Mary's name.
You remember a few years back when they had Floyd Money Mayweather go up against the Big Show?
That's what I was thinking about.
I feel like it's gonna be something like that.
Yep.
Oh, like y'all remember when we were kids and they had the fake Donald Trump and Rosie O'Donnell fight each other?
I remember that.
Like you actually had Rosie O'Donnell and Trump like talking shit, but then you had like a fake Trump and a fake Rosie fight
They
each
came
other.
out and fought each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
the stupidest.
Well, they did that to
thing.
George Bush too. Like I remember,
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
this the other day. They had Crime Time rob George Bush on WWE, but it was a fake George Bush. But they made it
Yeah.
look like I'm like, really, like people know that's like.
Oh
George
yeah,
Bush.
like it's so fake.
But it's cool that they actually did get the real like Donald Trump on there for that haircut match.
Yeah.
Like when it was like Umaga and who else was it?
Oh yeah.
Cold.
Then
was in
Umaga
there.
put his butt in McMahon's face, right? He put his butt in like
I
one of
don't
the
know.
big
Did
names'
Umaga
face.
do that?
Yeah,
I thought
think he put
Rikishi
it.
just did
I don't
that.
remember that.
Or
Yeah.
am I mixing the two up? I
You
can't
might
I don't
be.
remember much of that.
Rikishi.
That's old.
No, they're related. Rikishi
Yeah,
and Umaga.
but
Yeah.
well, one of them put their butt on McMahon's face, and it was gross. He spread his butt cheeks.
It's Rikishi.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dude, the old WWE and WWF, it was incredible.
It was way better than now.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big reason why
I can't watch it no more.
I haven't watched in the past maybe 3 or 4 months. I got bored with it.
Yeah.
I don't like where they were going with it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch Raw for a while until I seen on Twitter where Cain Velasquez and Tyson Fury came.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if it was Raw or SmackDown, but whichever one I tuned in.
Yeah.
That was a SmackDown on Fox. They
Yep.
brought it out on Fox. I watched the highlights of that because I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
And I looked up some of Cain Velasquez wrestling match. I think he's trash.
Dude, you haven't seen him where he's doing those backflips and stuff? We're talking about a heavyweight doing this kind of stuff.
I don't think it's good. I mean, I didn't like when Rousey came over either.
Oh, I don't think they should have him beat Brock.
No.
Like, I think it's already set. So Kane beat him in UFC. Let's have Brock beat him now. I mean, you can make it like close. Yeah.
Well,
And
they're
then
gonna
have
make
Brock
it close. Like, how many times do they do a straight just a straight loss in the WWE?
when it's Goldberg.
That's
I'm going to watch the highlights on this one, but I hope they come out and they actually fight for real.
you
They
think so?
might, because
But that's happened a few times
I
in
heard
the
that. I
WWE.
heard I seen some backstage stuff where they're not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still not cool. Which, I mean, I don't know.
So you
You'd
think they
be
might
cool
come
with
out
the
and start
guy.
actually throwing hands? Dude,
You
if
would
they
like
if
to see
they
that.
did that, then the WWE they'd actually make a big name. Like
Well-
people would probably start tuning in.
Well, Braun Strowman, and did you see where Braun Strowman and Lesnar, Strowman accidentally kneed Lesnar in the
Yeah,
face?
Lesnar punched him right in the face,
Mhm.
almost knocked him out. Or
Punched him hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been a few times when you accidentally threw a real punch or something in the WWE.
Lesnar's a mean dude,
And-
man.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of Lesnar in the WWE anyways.
You're
I think he's
you're
ready to
tired
go
of
out.
him?
Yeah.
They keep paying him, too. They keep
paying him. Nobody wants to see him. Like, the crowd boos him every time he comes out. Nobody wants it.
I just want, dude, the reason why, when Stone Cold and all them left, I took a big break from it. And then Enzo and Cass made their debut. The night they made their debut, I just happened to be watching it. And that's what got me back into it. And then
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass ain't even in it no more, so then I kind of fell off.
There was just rumors they were coming back.
I know. I think they should, I wish they would bring them back.
Well, have you watched any of the other stuff, the AEW stuff?
I have kept up with AEW a little bit, just because I keep hoping that Enzo and Cass will debut
Come
on
up
there.
on there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Albert, AEW is on TNT now, and it is the new competition to WWE. WWE hasn't had competition in a long time.
Is it like WWF? Is it fun?
Yeah,
think it's better.
It's Chris Jericho. You remember Chris Jericho? So he's in it. They got some big names in it.
Do they?
It's legit competition to the WWE right now.
AEW? What's it stand for? American Entertainment
All
Wrestling?
Elite Wrestling.
All Elite Wrestling?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a wrestler-run business, too. Cody Rhodes runs it. And
Yeah.
The
Oh.
2 other guys that came from New Japan Wrestling,
Omega.
Young Bucks, yeah.
Yep.
They're
So
pretty
is it? So it is kind of like WWF?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
WWE
promos and
sucks now.
everything.
Yeah, it's just not good. But back
don't
in
agree with
WWF, you'd have people like Stone Cold Steve Austin peed in a cup and threw it on somebody on stage. Do y'all remember that?
I don't remember that.
You
I mean,
don't
they
remember
did
that?
some stuff back in the day.
Yeah, dude. That's and that's the kind of stuff that I think would be cool to watch again.
Well, it's PG. It just got moved down to PG. I think it's PG now. It was PG-13, but I think it's PG
What
now.
AEW?
No, WWE.
They're actually like TV-14. So they could
AEW?
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
okay.
no, that's good. That's entertaining.
Yeah,
When
like-
you're 8 years old watching TV 14.
Chris Jericho came out and did a promo and he was cussing too. And it was it's not big cuss words. He didn't drop that.
They bleep it though, don't they?
No, he didn't.
Aw.
I can't remember what he said, but they were cuss words and that was a good promo. But WWE's just ruining their stuff because they got good guys that came over from Japan and they haven't really done anything.
Yep, like Carl Anderson and all them.
Yeah. I think AJ Styles is the only one they really worked and actually did pretty good, but now
Dude,
he's
AJ Styles is a tool.
Dude, he's
Like-
a legit
I
wrestler.
have
though.
hated him since we were kids.
But he's legit. Oh yeah, because you knew him because y'all had that TNA game, so that's where you.
Where did he start at TNA?
Mhm.
Dude, wherever he started at, I freaking hated him. I've hated him ever since. Then I saw him on the promo of a video game, on the cover.
Yep.
yeah.
I was like, he's a piece of crap.
My wife was a big fan.
Dude, I hate AJ. I don't know why I hate him so much, but such a turd.
Y'all go to all the WWE Roanoke, don't you?
We went to one. I can't remember the last one. Maybe it might have been last year, and we were on the second row. And Yeah, he came up right to the barricade, and she got a picture with him, and then she tweeted something, and he retweeted it.
Dang.
And liked it. I was like, oh, man.
See, I had
You had Enzo and Amore like you.
Yeah, Enzo. I had Enzo like something I put out with tagged him in it, and then I had our truth like quote one of my tweets because I tweeted when he had that title. I don't know if he has it right now, the 24/7, and I was like, our truth is the most amazing thing in WWE right now.
See, that's
like,
another stupid thing they've been doing.
Oh, you don't like it?
I don't like that because I don't know. It just kind of seems stupid.
So Albert, listen, they have a new thing called a 24/7 title that is held by R-Truth right now. It's called 24/7 because it can be defended everywhere. If you're on the plane, it can be defended in the plane. Anywhere there's a ref. So they literally put out videos like R-Truth was like on a farm, like just on a farm on a side-by-side, and then randomly just in the field, here comes a ref, and then he starts looking around.
Randomly?
Yeah. And then he starts looking around, and then somebody come and pin him. So it's just like it can be defended anywhere. It's been defended on airplanes.
Because you didn't know he was on an airplane. That's bull crap. Oh, you're just right. Oh, yeah, R-Truth. He's a farmer now, riding around on a side-by-side. Then a ref comes out of nowhere, and... That's bull crap.
But it's awesome,
man.
It's
bull crap.
I think I read they're getting rid of it. They're going to get rid of it.
They should.
Yeah,
That's
I think
just
it's
stupid.
going that way. Because it's had so many title holders, and it ain't even been out for like a year yet, and it's had probably 20 holders.
See, they played on it like back in the day. They had the hardcore title, and that could have been defended anywhere. So they played off of that.
And that's what everybody wanted when they said there was going to be a new title. Everybody wanted it to be the hardcore title because Mick Foley was introducing the new title.
And they came out with this green piece of crap.
Yeah.
That sounds like a stupid title, though.
But it's a good concept.
So I wonder...
it's a good concept, but, like, it would be cool if it was, like, legit. You know, like if you were, like,
so if
not
it
UFC.
was in the UFC,
no, not UFC.
Somebody just come beat you, like, where you can't get up, and then they just take your title and leave.
No. Like, I'm talking, like, if it was legit, like, I don't even know how you could logistically do that and it be entertaining because that's just stupid.
They've been doing it, man.
Dude, that's stupid.
Just give it a chance.
Riding around on a side by side.
You got Hulu, don't you?
I have Hulu.
I think,
but I would rather
Raw and SmackDown are on Hulu. Yeah. So try out Raw one night.
I'd rather watch like Huluween or something stupid. Like something. There's other things that are stupid that are not as stupid as that belt. Like I've never heard of that. But I'm not a
So
fan
what's
of
worse, the
concept.
BMF belt or the 24/7 belt?
The 24/7.
Yeah, hands down, the 24/7. That's
I mean, I would say that.
Nobody liked it either.
Yeah.
Man, that thing had bad reviews when it came out.
That's dumb. So now the BMF belt, I like it because it's just like a one-time thing.
Well, he's revealing it. He said the Thursday before the fight. So
really,
the end of October, he's revealing it.
Dude, I wish he would reveal it the night.
And the Rock's presenting it. That's what we haven't brought up yet.
Yeah, dude, I just wish he would present it like the night of. Like, nobody sees it until The Rock pulls it out.
Put it right in the octagon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'd be cool. Like,
yeah.
Then you just pull a black. We can give him this.
I'm sure they got something real simple.
Dude, we need to tweet at The Rock. Ask him to come on the show.
Yeah.
Y'all might boost off after that.
Yeah.
Well, dude, Marcus was laughing at me. I was like, who do you want on the show? And who did I ask? Oh, yeah. I was like, here, I'll ask Joe Rogan.
He commented on his Instagram and then you commented on Bon Jovi or something.
No, I never actually asked Joe Rogan. I was like, nah, man, he'll never do it. So I asked Neil Young.
Oh, yeah. I said Bon Jovi.
I was like, Neil Young might do it. But no, Neil Young, me and him talked for a while, but he said he would never come on the show. So
yeah.
You say Pulaski, where the heck is that?
Yeah. No, me and Neil Young, we're tight. in my fantasy, we're tight because, dude, I freaking love that guy. but no, he never commented back on my post. Oh.
So if they're giving Tyson Fury $15 million, I wonder how much they're paying Kane, because Kane's gonna be doing this full time now, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's a tough life. I think I looked at John Cena's WWE salary the last time he was full time, so maybe like a year or two ago, and he made like $5 million for the whole year. I mean, that's a lot, but
That's not really that.
I
It's not a
think
lot for him.
they're on the road. I think one of the superstars put it this way. They said we're on the road. It was like a crazy amount of the year. Like they only had about 30 days.
Yeah, it's like 30 or 50 days total off.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 million is just not a lot for somebody like John Cena. But you know when
I mean, he's getting all this other stuff too.
well, yeah, like
the
but just from the WWE, and he's one of the big faces. of it.
WWE is still a big market. Like they got a lot of money.
Oh yeah, they could totally pay him more. Now, like watching that Diva show when he was with Brie, or was he with the other sister?
He was with one of them.
He was with one of them, and like they were talking, they were like, "Man, what's cheaper for us to do? Get a tour bus or like fly?" And they were like talking about money problems, and it's like, wait, y'all shouldn't be having money problems. Like y'all are some of the biggest names, but then you pay somebody like this just $15 million for one night.
No.
That's doo-doo.
It better turn out something good. I'll watch the highlights of it.
It would be cool if it was a real fight.
The promos they put out have been good.
Yeah.
They've been like that. Have y'all seen the Diaz? Yeah, you seen it because I seen where you liked it the other day. The Diaz Masvidal promos. They're WWE they've been putting out promos like that. WWE's copying them because they did like a press conference for this where they like faced off and everything.
Do you think it's going to be a real fight? They might like throw hands.
I don't know.
It'd be cool. I wouldn't believe it.
Well, WWE's always got to predict a winner. Like
no, like what if it was just straight up like, hey guys,
they're not going to do that.
Y'all are going to
because
fight.
then you couldn't predict a winner. See, somebody put it like
then
this
there's
one
no
day.
prediction.
Somebody put it like this, and I agree with them to some point. It was somebody's podcast. They was like, WWE is always going to be more successful money-wise than UFC because Vince McMahon can script a winner every fight. Dana White has this, McGregor was Dana White's money. You can't script it for McGregor to beat Khabib. He has to do it. But Vince McMahon, he can keep pushing Brock Lesnar.
Which nobody wants.
I just want that Roman Reigns push again. I'm a big Roman Reigns fan, and people were getting tired, man. Roman Reigns was on the top for like 2 years. He was never losing. He beat The Undertaker. He retired The Undertaker.
I was one of Kelsey's favorites, too.
Yeah.
I didn't like you.
Who's your favorite?
I like the Seth Rollins guy. See, I like the Shield when they were together. I thought that was a good little team. And Dean Ambrose, who's John Moxley now, he's in the AEW. And he looks like he's doing pretty well there too.
That's why AEW is successful. They've stolen some key people from the W.
Mm-hmm. He was in Bellator. He had like 2 or 3 fights in Bellator.
Yeah, he said he's doing his next Bellator fight first before he has his first official match, which I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that dude's he's straight bad A.
Yeah. He's the Brock Lesnar of AEW.
Yeah.
They're pushing him like this monster. Or Braun Strowman, he's that to AEW.
That wouldn't be bad to watch then.
Yeah.
So, do you think they would do things like buried alive matches? Like, see, if the WWE or like the AEW started doing things like that, that would be so cool. Like,
well, WWE brought back a casket match about a year ago at Saudi Arabia. They did Rusev versus Undertaker, I think, and it was terrible. Like, I liked the buried alive where you actually had to, like, put them in the casket, and then, like, once you shut the casket, like, the little thing would dump a little bit of dirt on the casket. But I'm sure,
there's, like, a trap door.
There was, like, a trap door.
Well, they changed their audience. It used to be, like, for, like, people 18 to 30, and now it's, like,
Kids.
8. Yeah.
That's why they're doing all these bright colors.
Yeah.
Like the booty guys. Like, all these bright colors and stuff.
Booty-hos, man, they're good.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, man. Like they are shifting their audience. Now it was cool, man. Bra and panty matches and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the old days.
Yeah.
They're not as good no more.
No. Like you knew it was fake, but it was gonna be a good show. Now it's fake and it's not a good show.
Yeah.
So if we went back to WWF days, like I'd be such a fan of that.
Bring back the blood.
Yeah, bring
Somebody
it.
get hit in the head with a chair.
Yeah. Then like they would have like razors like right in here, and they would do this number, and like their head would start bleeding.
Shout out to Andy Hoban for teaching us that.
Yeah,
it was one of our college professors. He did his whole English class was on
WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was. Well, I took it, then I was like, "Yo, Marcus, you got to take this." Like Andy Hoban, he's a badass. He is just so cool. And
We got to write a paper on the Montreal screw job. Like, that's how cool it was.
Oh my
and
God.
we had to, I mean, obviously we had to do like English stuff to it, like whatever we was learning at the time, but we pretty much got to like give our opinion on
He
it.
was like a
whether it was-
wrestling fan.
Yeah, whether it was real or not. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it was fun, man. He's cool. He taught us a lot.
Yeah.
See, on the same thing in Saudi, they're bringing Hulk Hogan and Ric
Mhm.
Flair back too.
And Hulk Hogan wants one more match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think they look pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Hulk Hogan
how
still
old
got
they
them
are.
python arms.
Dude, Hogan, I feel bad for him, man. His ex-wife.
I don't know.
Y'all don't know the situation?
What's that?
When his wife like cheated on him with like a 22-year-old and divorced him?
Oh, yeah. That was
Hogan-
when he had that show too. Hogan Knows
Yeah,
Best.
Hogan Knows Best.
Yeah.
I think
And-
I watched that.
Yeah, and that's about that time period. Then like, that
Which
was
he's
just a
been pretty
shame.
controversial the past 2
He
years
has
too.
been?
Yeah.
Hogan, what's
Yeah.
happened with
Well,
him?
he got kicked out of the WWE Hall of Fame because he supposedly used like the N-word or something. I don't know.
Oh,
if
I
he
think
did.
I remember you
Yeah,
telling me that.
they got him on tape using a racial slur, and
Yeah.
they took him out of like games, and
Was it the N-word?
I think it was.
Yeah, but now they've allowed him back.
Into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm worried that when our show takes off and we become millionaires, I might get in trouble for the same thing. So, did you see Brandon's Snapchat yesterday?
I can't remember what you put on the cup, but I seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I wrote.
I mean, they did it to Kevin Hart.
Yeah. So when our show takes off, you and I are probably going to be in a lot of trouble. So we've said a lot of not good things. But-
John Jones is gonna come beat me up where I've said on here like 3 times I didn't like him.
Yeah, we're coming for you,
I'd
John
be
Jones.
running too.
I think 3 of us on John Jones, we got a chance.
Yeah, dude.
Got
Okay,
a better
here's-
chance.
we got something of a chance. Would you? Okay, I said on here that I would totally fight Tattoo
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Mike
I said I
Tyson.
would fight Mike Tyson. Would you fight him?
I wouldn't, because
You
he just
wouldn't?
had a video come out.
Yeah.
He was doing an interview, and he took his jacket off
They
and
asked
was
him to
demonstrating
shadow
some
box.
moves. He's still pretty good.
Dude, I would fight him.
I
like,
think he,
like if
he
I could
still
have
knock
like,
somebody out.
if I could have 3 1-minute rounds with Mike Tyson, I would totally do that.
You have fun with that.
Dude, I would love it, man. Like if I got knocked out, I'd rather get knocked out by Mike Tyson in front of millions of people than get knocked out at like TOC or at Rough and Rowdy. Like, that's embarrassing. You got knocked out by a fat redneck
Yeah.
who's like doing 6-packs by eating donuts versus Mike Tyson. Like, that'd be an honor.
That's a good story to tell, too.
Yeah, Mike Tyson knocked me out.
Let me tell you about the
But-
time I got knocked out by Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
What, you got my attention. What?
Yeah, like you'd be the hit at the barbershop.
Yeah.
but no, like for real, like if I knocked Mike Tyson out, then that'd be an even better story. Like, oh yeah, I knocked Mike Tyson out. And I don't know, he fights at like what, 215 or something? Or like 200?
No, he was
He's
a-
heavyweight.
He's a stout guy, yeah. But he's like a short
probably above
heavyweight.
220.
I'd fight him. Y'all wouldn't?
I don't think I would. I mean, I would for the money. I get knocked out for some money.
Dude, you know what? I'll even say this. I would fight Mike Tyson for like no money. Just to say I fought him.
No, you're gonna have to need those hospital bills after
Yeah.
that.
Well, like if they could just cover that, then I'd be like, okay, but the only
Definitely
requirement,
gonna have a broken rib or something.
maybe, but I would say the only requirement is the Fight Bros logo has to be in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Has to be on that canvas. then we would take that canvas and hang it up right here
Yeah.
behind us. That'd be so cool. Because, I'd knock him out. Then we'd have Mike Tyson's blood on a canvas.
So you guys talked about a guy, I think a few weeks ago. He got pulled off this last card, didn't
Yeah, Brock Weaver.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you found out why?
No.
It's supposed to be coming out. He put on his Instagram like 2 days ago. He was like, "Guys, I'm gonna tell you why soon." I have my theory on it is that he's in some type of legal trouble.
Oh.
Uh,
'Cause I was
Maybe
looking
like a
forward to
green
watching him
card?
fight.
I wanted to watch him fight too because I think after I saw him on the Contender Series, I thought he was awesome. Man, he
Yeah.
painted his face and he wore
Yeah.
that headdress, and I was just like, he's just awesome. Like his character and stuff. And he's
I
one
know,
of those
but then
real.
it-
No, he's one of those
No,
real people.
I know
This
that.
is
I
his
know he's real.
heritage. Yeah.
But it's just still, you're kind of playing it up like the WWE. And that's kind of the problem, is that people are starting to have with the UFC is you're starting to question the validity behind some of it.
Because, like, people that I feel like are real to their characters, like Khabib wearing the wig, that's real. That's, something that means something to him. Brock Weaver with the headset, that means something to him. Amanda Nunes with the lion mask, that means something to her. Cyborg painting her face Brazil colors, that means something to her. So it's just like, these are like true characters.
Yeah, they're
not
true characters, but it's like, hey, if you play this up, we'll give you more money. Like,
they're not like Colby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colby's a turd.
Yeah. He said something about Dana, or he posted a picture of Dana White, and then under Dana White was like some kind of character, and it was like same energy.
Yeah, and did you see what Dana said about him?
I can't remember what he
Dana,
said.
They asked Dana about him at the press conference. They
He
was
said he was a loudmouth.
because Colby said he's not letting Dana wrap the belt around his waist if he wins.
See,
He's
Colby's
just gotta watch out. He might not be fighting no more.
Yeah, like that's your boss, man.
Yeah. Like that's the person who signs your checks.
He's making money. They ain't gonna get rid of him.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, they ain't going to get rid of him, but still, you can't start saying stuff like that.
Yeah. Let's get into, because we've probably been going for like hour and 30 minutes, hour and 45 minutes.
Have we really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
Dude, what time did we get started?
We got started about like 1:15.
We didn't get set up by 1:15. I think we started filming at like 1:20.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, but we still are over an hour. Okay, so then let's wrap this up.
So we got UFC Fight Night 162 coming up this weekend. It is main card starts at 8, but if you can try to tune in about 9-10 o'clock, because
I would tune in by 9, because sometimes they fly by.
All you really need to worry about this upcoming fight card is Damian Maia versus Ben Askren. Going to be a great one.
We're all rooting for Ben Askren to lose.
No, I got Askren.
So let's start our predictions. You got Askren. How do you think he's going to
I think he'll go in the second round.
Okay.
I think he'll win it.
You think, like what, submission?
I think he'll either be...
That's probably how this will win. Either one of these people will win is submission.
Yeah.
Because I don't see this going the distance.
No.
So, and even if it does, it won't be. It'll just be rated off control time and takedowns. Because they're not throwing hands. So
be a good wrestling match, yeah.
So submission?
Yeah, submission. I'll do submission second round.
Yeah, I'll do submission second round, but for Maia.
For Maia? That's not a bad prediction. I'm going Ben Askren by decision.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's going to have control time.
You think it's going to go the full round? I could see that because Maia is a good wrestler, so it makes sense to go the distance.
And then afterwards, Ben Askren is going to take the microphone and cut some awesome promo calling out Masvidal.
Yep. I can see that.
I could too, but I don't think he deserves it. I think he's got to get one more fight.
If Masvidal loses, Masvidal, he was on the top.
Even if Masvidal loses, I think he needs another fight.
But if Masvidal loses and he wants another big money fight, you got to do the Askren fight because everybody's going to be like, oh, that's the guy that just got knocked out in 5 seconds. Like, we want to see him get knocked out again, so we're going to buy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, then that's that. So.
Yep. Want to thank our buddy Jacob for coming on today.
I
enjoyed this podcast.
This was fun. Yeah,
this was fun.
Yeah, I've had to pee the whole time.
I've been holding it too. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook at the Fight Bros, and we're on Spotify. But until next time, thanks.
Oh wait. Also, we are now. First of all, represented by Body Armor.
I was trying to give you guys some advertising.
Yeah. Then shout out to What the Pluck podcast on Spotify. We got it called out, so we're returning that favor.
Yep.
So
check out that podcast, guys, on Spotify.
Yeah, What the Pluck on Spotify. It's a podcast about music and music history. It's pretty good if you're a hippie. The second episode's about Woodstock, and they're like 15 minutes long. So they're actually really cool, and I probably would not call her out if I didn't actually like the podcast. So
check it out, guys. Not too much time like ours, but
yeah. It's a short podcast. So thank you, everybody.
Yep,